Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Today we are looking at adawatun nafi. Adawatun nafi, right? Previously we have looked at two of the adawatun nafi, in the previous lessons, and today we are going to look at, inshallah, most of them, of the remaining, right? And we are gradually getting to the end of the grammar lessons. Inshallah, this is the second to last lesson. After this, we'll have one more lesson to complete the grammar lessons. And as I told you previously, after the grammar lessons, we'll move on to the continuation of that will be lesson number 11, right? So from number 11 to lesson number 23, and that will be the end of the book 1. That will be the end of the book 1, inshallah. So without wasting much time, let's look at here, right? Okay. So the adawatun nafi. Ma mana adawatun nafi? What do you mean by adawatun nafi? It is simply adawatun. We have seen adawatun a lot. Adawatun is coming from adatun, tools, right? And nafi. Now nafi. Nafiyun in Arabic is what we term as negation. Okay, negation. Okay. So this will give you a clue that whatever we are coming to look at today in this lesson is about negation. Okay, negation. Let me give you a brief example to give you an overview of what we are looking at. In English language, there are some certain words that we add to a sentence to change the sentence from an affirmative sentence to a negative sentence. Okay, let me give you an example. Example is, I went to school. Okay, if I want to negate it, I'll say I didn't go to school. I ate. I didn't eat. Okay, I am sick. I am not sick. So negation, I've just added one word to those sentences to change them from an affirmative sentence to a negative sentence. Okay, so in Arabic, similarly, there are a group of words, specifically huruf, they are huruf, that when you add them to a sentence, the sentence becomes a negative sentence. So those are what we term as adawatun nafi. I hope that is clear. And you can see them here. Okay, you can see them here. So we call them adawatun nafi. Okay, they are huruf, they are harf, they are from the harf. And they are simply just words. When you add them to a sentence, they change the sentence from an affirmative sentence to a negative sentence. I hope that is clear. So that's what we mean by adawatun nafi. So when you see any of these words, laysa, lam, la, ma, lan, lamma, ghayru, in, if you see any of this in a sentence, note that the sentence is what? It is negative. I hope that is clear. It is negative. Okay, it is negative. But we have studied, so far we have studied la, we have seen la, we have came across it. And then ma, I hope that is clear. We have seen these two, but the remaining we haven't yet. Inshallah, in this lesson, we'll look at, their explanation, or what they represent, or what they mean. So I hope that is, so let's look at few examples here, as you can see here. So the first one is saying, Muhammadun la ya'kulu batatis. This is just potatoes, Arabization. We just write it in Arabic with the same, pronunciation or the same representation, but in Arabic. So Muhammadun la ya'kul. La ya'kulu. Ya'kulu means eat. He eats. Okay. So la ya'kulu, when it comes, it negates. Muhammad doesn't eat potatoes. So without this la, the sentence is affirmative. Muhammad ya'kulu potatoes. Muhammad eats potatoes. But when you immediately it is introduced into the sentence becomes negative sentence. He doesn't eat. I hope that is clear. So la means it what okay, so let me tell you something again. What happens is that they don't have a specific meaning, like that I'm saying meaning, translation into English language. You can't just say lamb means so and so, this word. They don't have a direct word to represent them in English language. One thing about them is that they only have a complete meaning. You can only give its meaning when it is found in a sentence. But when it is standing alone, it may have several meanings. I hope that is clear. So this word like lamb, a student will ask, what do you mean by lamb? It is difficult to give one word just in English to say so and so. It means this word. It doesn't have a particular word or meaning unless it found itself in a sentence. I hope that is clear. What we just know is that it is an adawat nafi. It is a it is from the adawat nafi. It is a tool of negation. Okay, and we know that it negates so and so. But is particular meaning. It is difficult to give one meaning to it because it can come to mean to represent several negation. Okay. So if not within the sentence, it is difficult to give a particular meaning to it. I hope that is clear. So what we usually do is that we go through a lot of examples so that the students will become familiar with how they are used. I hope that is clear. The students will become familiar with how they are used. As I tell you, if not within sentence, it is difficult to translate them. So within the sentence, as we go through a lot of examples, we'll make sure that a lot of examples will come. That will be continuing from the lesson number 11. After these grammar lessons, we'll look at them, inshallah. They'll come and then we'll study them. And then in several sentences, we'll see them. So in that cases, the student will now become familiar with how they are used. But you can't just give one, as I said, one meaning to it. So here, Muhammadul la ya'kul potatoes. Muhammad doesn't eat. So here, doesn't. You see here, it means doesn't. But la doesn't only mean doesn't. Okay, it doesn't only mean doesn't. It could mean other things, depending on how it is used in the sentence, or depending on the sentence in which it found itself. The sentence it is negating. How that is clear. The other one is laysa. So we are looking at laysa here. Laysa al-kazibu mahmudan. Laysa al-kazibu, lying. Al-kazib, lying. Okay. Laysa al-kazibu mahmudan. I told you Mahmud is praiseworthy, right? It's not what is, it doesn't work prison. Okay, so it's not praiseworthy. Hope that is clear. That's why we know Mahmud. I told you we have two words for praise. Yani Hamid and then Mahmud, right? Yes. So lying is not praiseworthy. It's not. So Laysa here means not. Okay. Laysa al-kazibu Mahmud. Okay. It's not praiseworthy. But again, Laysa doesn't just mean not. I hope that is clear. It's because it is within the sentence. And it is how to negate this sentence. If I want to say lying is praiseworthy, but if I want to negate it, lying is not. So what immediately the Laysa comes, it will mean not, because negating the sentence, you can see lying no praiseworthy. You can say if I'm trying to negate it, it will be lying is not, but you won't say lying is no praiseworthy or lying doesn't praiseworthy. That won't be a correct sentence. So the appropriate negative tool will be what? Not. Lion is not praiseworthy. So if Liza is coming here, it will mean not. But it in itself doesn't mean not only. Okay, it's because it is within this sentence. That is why it is translated to mean not. So ana lam ahduru al-yawma. Ana lam ahduru yawma. So maybe there is a class where the student, the one speaking, the mutakallim doesn't went. Ahduru means is from hadara to be present. Okay, to be present. So ana lam ahdur. I wasn't present al-yawma, today. Okay, today. I wasn't present today. Okay, so lam here means wasn't. Okay, so lan, we come to lan. Okay, lan nazhaba ila al-hadiqati al-yawma. We will not, or we will never. One thing is that the lan could come to mean not, just like the la. Okay, so you could have just said la nazhabu ila al-hadiqati al-yawma. Okay, la nazhabu ila al-hadiqati al-yawma. So that could have been it. But using lan, okay, the lan is more strong, meaning you are very sure I'm not going. We are not going at all. Okay, we are not going at all, no matter what be the case. Mahma yakunu hal, whatever be the condition, we will not go. So that's when lan comes, and it could also mean never. Okay, it could mean never. So for example, Allah says in the Quran, lan tanalul birra hatta tunfiqu mimma tuhibbun. You will not attain piety. We, Allah is referring to us. We will not attain piety. Allah is, pointing to us, you people, human Muslims, or just, and us, all people. You will not attain piety until you tunfiqu mimma tuhibbun, until you spend from whatever you have. Mimma tuhibbun, not what you have, but what you like. Mimma tuhibbun. So for example, they are making fi sabilillah to raise fundraiser for a mosque, and then you have, let's say, $1 with you, and then you have $100 again. And at that time, immediately they are trying to you just know that it is fi sabilillah. Shaitan will come to you, and then you feel like I shouldn't spend from. So at the end, you just give something like $1. Meanwhile, you have thousands of dollars with you that belongs to you, but you actually give what you yourself you wouldn't like you wouldn't like to take if it is given to you. So that's why Allah is saying, lan tanalul birra. You will never attain piety until when you are given, you are doing fi sabilillah, spend from what you love. You love it, but despite having the love for it, you give it out. Not what you don't like again. You use something until the point where you don't like it at all. And when there is, there is a service, your service is needed for fi sabilillah, you now take that one and go and give it for fi sabilillah. Meanwhile, you yourself, you don't like it again, but you have other things that you like and that they need. Okay, so that's what Allah is saying there. So lan here means, in that context, it means never. Okay, so most of the time it comes to mean never. So as I tell you, some of them they do have like, one particular words or particular meanings that are somehow fixed to them, like the lan. It most of the time comes to mean never. Okay, never. So here, ma hafiztun nashid. Ma hafiztun nashida. Okay, hafiztun nashida means I memorize. Hafizah, to memorize. Hafiztu, I memorize. And nashida, the nashid, I memorize the nashid. So if you bring ma, I didn't, it will mean ma hafiztun nashida, I didn't memorize the nashid. Okay, I hope that is clear. So this is just few examples that we have seen, right? So let's look at another example here. There's another example here, but these ones are specifically from the Quran. So let's just look at few of it. So we are looking at ma. I hope you can see ma. Okay. So we have here ma yugni, sorry, wama yugni anhu maluhu iza taradda. Okay. Wama yugni anhu maluhu iza taradda. His money, maluhu, his money. Okay, so this is the who at the end is what is a damirul muttasil. That means he. Okay, so this is referring back to someone that is already mentioned in that surah. I think this surah to Layl. Okay, someone is already mentioned. Okay, a particular feature of certain people, class of people are mentioned. So Allah is now referring to them and he said, Wama yugni anhu, singular person, singular. Wama yugni anhu maluhu. His money will not avail him iza taradda, when he falls. So this, you will see here, this ma, it means will not in this context. Okay. Wama yugni anhu maluhu. His money will not avail him. Now let's just come back here. Observe here. Is it not the same ma? Now what does the ma means here? Ma hafiztu nashida. I didn't, not went. I hope that is clear. Here it means ma hafiztu nashida. I didn't memorize the nashid. But here it means wama yugni anhu maluhu. His money will not. But here didn't. But here will not. So I hope that is clear. So that's why I told you they don't have all this adawatun nafi. Yes, adawatun nafi. They don't have specific just one meaning, one word to trans as their translation in English language. Its meaning depends on the sentence it is negating. I hope that is clear. This is a past tense verb that it's negating, but here this is what's the name? Fi'l al-mudari. Okay, this is a fi'l al-mudari, present tense verb. So it could be present or past, but here in this specific tense, it means past. I'm saying past, future. Okay, we have present or future. When it comes this way, present or future. So the future, this is referring to future. Please don't let it confuse you. I told you, I've been telling you, there are lessons for verbs. When we get there, we will see how to conjugate all this. Past tense verb, present tense verb, okay, future tense verb. All this we will see them. So don't let it bother you. We haven't done it yet. But I'm just telling you that their meanings depends on the context it found itself. Okay. So here, lam. Hope you can see lam. So this is another example. Ma hunna ummahatihim. Okay, ma hunna ummahatihim. Okay, they are not their mothers. They are not their mothers. This is referring to those who pronounce zahir. Okay, to their spouses, to their wives. You know, so some of the sahabas, when they have a fight with their wife, they will just say, "You are my mother." Okay, I see you to be my mother, right? Meaning, so that's what Allah is saying. Allah is talking about here. You can see this in Surah Al-Mumtahina, right? Allah is saying, no. Whether you call him your mother or whatever, they are not your mother. Okay, so ma hunna ummahati. So they are not ma hunna. So here it means not. I hope that is clear. Ma hunna ummahatihim. They are not their mothers. Okay. So here, not. Here, wouldn't. Their mother won't avail them. Here, they are not. So here means not, but here won't. So you can see what I'm saying. So we have lam as the next one. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Okay. Lam yalid. Walada is to beget a son. Okay. So lam yalid. He didn't beget a son. Wa lam yulad. nor he himself, he was begotten. Okay, this is a majhul verb. We will look at it. Okay, don't worry. All these things we'll look at it, how they are formed. He himself, he wasn't begotten. So wasn't. Okay, here it's just in the same sentence. Lam yalid, he didn't beget a son. Walam yulad, nor he was begotten. Okay, so even this one, just lam yalid, he didn't beget. He didn't beget a son. Walam yulad, nor was he begotten. How that is clear? It can I mean their meaning seem to be different even in the same sentence. I hope that is clear. Now have lamma. Okay, lamma. Lamma could mean a lot of things. Okay, but let's look at it in this sentence. وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ. I hope that is clear. وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ. So this is Surah Al-Jumu'ah, right? وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ. So Allah is talking about, what's the name? He's basically talking about, Allah talk about certain things that he used to improve the Muslim society that was in Medina. Not only in Medina, just the Muslim society as a whole. During the Prophet time, the Prophet with the Sahabas, there was a lot of improvement when the Prophet was, begin teaching them the religion. And then the Quran started coming down as a revelation, and the Prophet is teaching it to the Sahabas, and there's improvement. We have explained this, that's why Medina to Munawwara. Okay, there was lighten, the community began to lighten up. Okay, light began growing. That was the light of the Quran and then the Sunnah as well. Okay, so that's what Allah talked about previously. And then he said, وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ. There are still some that are yet to catch up with them. Okay, and this is referring to future generations, Muslim generations, including our generation. Okay, we weren't there during the Prophet time, so we were in this context. We are part of the future, and we have right now, alhamdulillah. So وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا, not yet. So lamma means not yet. Okay, but not only like not yet, but for now, just it has a lot of meanings. But now, not yet. Okay, we call it lamma hiniya. Okay, not yet. So, for example, a teacher is writing on the board, and he tells the students, he says to the students, all of you should write. And then after some time, he said, Yani, hal intahayta, have you finished? He asks someone, have you finished? Then we say, lamma, not yet. Okay, lamma, not yet. Okay. So lamma means not yet. Even if you just use it alone. If you just use the word alone. Okay, so for example, my friend is asking me, hal wasalta, have you arrived? Maybe I'm going to his house and he just asked me, have you arrived? So I say lamma, not yet. Okay, meaning there is an expectation for what he's asking me to occur in the future. I am yet to do it. Okay, so that's what we mean by lamma. Okay, then we have lan. We have seen lan. I told you it means never. Most of the time it means never. So like here, lan akziba alaykika. I will never lie on you. Okay, I will never tell a lie on you. Okay. Then lat, this one we are yet to look at it. It's not part of this lesson. Just that this table is a general table, but this one we'll look at it later. Okay. So this specific one. Now in comes to mean. In comes to mean. I can only explain it, but not give you one word. So let me give you an example. Most of the time I like giving examples so that the student will understand, to get the point across. So assuming, let me give you a little bit story. Okay. So assuming you have your junior brother, two junior brothers, then two of them, they are quarreling. Okay, they are quarreling or they are fighting. And then you come to them. Then one of them explain a lot. Then when he finished, the other one is going to speak. Then he says, he only speaks or he only say but a lie. I hope that is clear. He's trying to say that whatever he said is only but a lie. So that is when we use in. Okay. So in that context, he can say that he only said but a lie. Whatever he said is nothing but a lie. So that's why we use in. So in comes to mean that it comes to mostly negate something and then now say that such and such is the right thing. I hope that is clear. Let me give you an example. In Surah Al-Kahf, okay, in Surah Al-Kahf, Allah made mention of this one. The claim that Allah has a son. Okay, Allah has a son. Okay. So Allah says that وَيُنْزِرِ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ وَلَدًا, and warn those who say that Allah has begotten a son or Allah has taken a son. So Allah now says that إِن يَقُولُ إِلَّا كَذِبًا, they say all what they say is only but a lie. I hope that is clear. So only but, that part is what we term as in. Okay, it's like a particular statement. You are trying to negate a particular statement, or you are trying to say that a particular statement is nothing but a lie. It's nothing but something. So that's what we mean by in. That's how in is used in this context. So I hope that is clear. So look at the examples that they will give here. In alayka illa al-bala. Okay, very beautiful example. In alayka illa al-bala. So let me try to explain how this one came about. This particular statement is referring, you can see the ka here, the ka. Okay, so it's a domir, yani. This, and it is referring back to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So what happens is that the Prophet, you know that he is the messenger and he has to spread the Quran or to spread whatever is revealed to him. I mean, Islam at large. So he had to get Islam at large across the globe. You know, he wasn't sent to one particular nation like other prophets. Most of the prophets that came, okay, they were sent to, I mean, a particular nation, like the Jews to Bani Israel or to whatever. But the prophet was sent as Rahmatul lil Alameen, a mercy for the whole world. Okay, so and what happens is that he has just 23 years, very little time to get the message across the whole globe, the whole world. So this was something that was hard on him. Okay, that was hard on him. So he used to think. So for example, if he goes to give dawah, to call people to Islam, and people are not listening to him, okay, people are not listening to him, he worries a lot. It saddens him. So Allah is trying to console him here by saying that in alayka illa al-bala. Okay, in alayka illa al-bala. What is upon you to only get the message across? You only have to do da'wah. But whether people accept Islam or come to Islam, that is not your responsibility. I hope that is clear. So Allah is saying in alayka. Whatever maybe you have been doing, you are forcing to, not necessarily forcing, you are trying your best to put people into Islam. So Allah is saying in alayka, that one is not, what is your responsibility is bala. Okay, bala, to convey the message. Okay, how that is clear. Okay, so that is how it comes. In alayka illa al-bala. Okay, you only have open to you. I mean, the responsibility on you is only to do this. So that's how in comes. Okay. So this is, I mean, there is a lesson for us, not only the prophet. When Allah talks to the prophet in the Quran, indirectly it applies to us. So let me just say something small here. All of us as Muslims, if you are trying to do something and you are not getting a response or you are not getting result, Don't let it bother you. Okay, don't let it bother you. Example, you are trying to raise fund. You are doing a fundraising for a masjid, for building a masjid. They are going to build masjid. They need funds. Then you are partaking in it, and then you are going to solidate for funds for the construction of the masjid. Maybe you go, people are not giving charity. Don't get fed up. Okay, don't get fed up. Any Islamic work you are doing, okay, you are doing something for Islam. Okay, and you are not getting any result, or it is not working out as you had wanted it to be. You shouldn't. Don't get bored. Okay, this analogy comes a lot in the Quran. Okay, look at the story of Noah alayhi salatu wasalam. Give message for decades, several decades, but people won't listen to him. But he doesn't stop. Okay, he doesn't stop. The thing is that Allah expects from us the piety, the taqwa. Okay, your ability to come out sincerely for the sake of Allah, to do it. But at the end of the day, the result that you get, whether people do donate or not only donation, whether you get the result you wanted or not, that is not unto you. It's only upon Allah. Okay, so that's a big lesson for us. As Allah says, there's a big, a very nice uswa for us to learn from the Prophet. So that was just it. Now, Laysa, we have seen Laysa. Laysa al-bardu shadidu. Okay, al-bard is the cold. So we say shiddatul bard, severe cold. Okay, severe cold is what we tell us shiddatul bard. So bardun means cold. Okay. Okay. So laysa al-bardu shadidu. The cold is not severe. The cold is not severe, meaning it is mild or just something like that. Okay. So here it means not. Laysa means not here. Ghayru. So there is here وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ وَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. This is from Surah Al-Imran, right? So Allah is saying that وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي, whoever pursue, okay, yabtagi is to pursue something with desire. You are to chase something, not necessarily to chase, to pursue something with desire. وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ, other than Islam. So whoever pursue other than Islam, dinan as a religion, فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ minhu, it will not be accepted from him. So you go to pursue other religions, Christianity, okay, Judaism, whatever religion you go to pursue other than Islam, Allah says it will not be accepted from you. Okay, there is a continuation of that verse. وَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ, and he will be in the hereafter among the losers. I hope that is clear. That's how important Islam is. We pray that Allah should give us sabat, thibat fi dinihi, firmness in his religion, right? Allah grant us the ability to be firm upon his religion, that is Islam. So this is I think this should be the end of the lesson. It's not supposed to be a long lesson. But what happens is that, please let me clarify something here. You see this adawatul nafi that we have just looked at, and we have seen examples. Okay, we have seen examples. With this particular lesson, it can be clear how they are used. Okay, but right now we just want you to know that any of this, we just want you to be able to identify them. This Laysa is an adawatul nafi. Lam, la, ma, lan, lamma. All these are adawatul nafi. We just want you to know them. But how they are used, their meaning, or the context in which they are used, we will study them into details, inshallah, later on. With this lesson alone, it won't be clear. Okay, but just take note of how they have been used. Okay, we just brought some examples, these examples, to just show you how they come. But don't, even if it is not clear, they are lessons. We'll look at them one after the other in the coming lessons. Okay, so that is it, inshallah. So we'll continue in the next lesson. The next lesson will be the last lesson of the grammar lessons, inshallah. So jazakumullahu khairan fi hayatikum wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'anil Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa zikril hakim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.